guys, welcome back to the content news. Today we're going to be talking about some shocking news. A prankster got pranked with a Glock. That is not clickbait at all. That is genuinely what happened. A YouTuber recently by the name of Tanner Cook recently met the poor end of what happens when you harass strangers in public. So we got a quick lesson 101 on why you should not do that. Your mom said don't talk to strangers. Maybe Tanner missed that moment. The first thing when you come out when you search Tanner's name, Curly is going to be talking about the situation. He has a YouTube channel. If you look it up, this is kind of what he does.
What happened?
Mostly just public conundrum, you know, making fun of people in public. Hilarious stuff. Pranksters are the peak of humanity. Here's the big play. We can't show the full video, but we're gonna play up until where we can. It's about 16 seconds we can play up until. But this is essentially what happened. Okay, so we can't play past this, but you almost heard the sound. Essentially, they were harassing a delivery driver, and Tanner thought it would be really funny to keep going and going and going, to the point where the person was clearly mentally distraught and felt disturbed and felt harassed and felt threatened to the point where they felt the need to defend themselves. Now, personally, I'm not a prank channel myself, but I do think that I have done some funny stuff on my main YouTube channel where I've joked around with people in public before, done funny interviews in person. However, usually I tend to do it with people who are able to remove themselves from the situation. Public figures or people with a little bit more social status, maybe more money, are able to kind of not be held captive by what I'm doing. I think in general, doing anything to service workers is kind of crappy because they can't remove themselves. If you go to a McDonald's employee and make fun of them, they need that job. They're working there for a reason. They're not able to just walk out. So you making fun of them as someone who's a prankster is kind of crappy. They can't leave. They have to just sit up there and put with it. It's not that funny. I think bullying people who are rich or successful is quite funny because they can remove themselves from the situation. They can walk away. They are able to, in general, not have to sit there and take the borderline harassment, which becomes harassment when they can't leave. Now, as a result of this, there was obviously a court trial. What they were trying the guy for was a crime, which you can see here in the description of this video. This is by WUSA 9 channel talking about the situation. They said the court tried him under aggravated malicious wounding or use a firearm for aggravated malicious wounding. However, he was found not guilty of firing the gun at him in a mall. Either way, the mom says she supports him essentially. This is Tanner's response to the situation after getting shot.
We're gonna continue the videos and keep it pushing, is what it is.
I think personally, if I got shot doing something, I'd probably realize maybe I should stop doing that thing. Personally, I don't know, maybe a bit more of a will to live. I'm not sure what it is, but I think that if I was to get shot doing something, I'm like, okay, maybe this just isn't my calling. I think getting shot doing something you enjoy, maybe, just maybe, you shouldn't do that thing anymore.
I don't know. Guess we'll just have to keep watching.
So you'll continue to make videos?
Yeah, probably. We'll see, you know?
How disappointed are you about this?
I really don't care. I mean, it is what it is. It's God's plan at the end of the day, so.
Now, see, a guy like me, though, if God's plan was for me to get shot, I'd probably find a new religion. Just for me, if I was to get shot, part of my religion, probably just find a new one. Either way, let's move on to the next story here. There's something that happened lastly, is a Kmart employee fired some rounds at some people who were threatening him in a store. They're shirtless, you know, and this is kind of how that played out. So, they basically were asking him if he's about it, come outside, and I guess he was about it, and in fact, he did come outside. So, you know, he fired 2 rounds at him, apparently. There's the person obviously backing around, then he walked back in, he's got some AirPods in. People are really bold these days. I just feel like when you see someone in a counter working a job, your first instinct should not be to harass or aggravate them. I don't think you always want to mess around and find out. I think there are some situations where maybe, you know, keep that peace of mind and not find out is maybe the option that more people should take. Either way, yeah, that's about the content news for the day. This person, the big ending to this essentially is that they also were acquitted. So they were threatened, and essentially it doesn't seem right to make the clerk a felon based on these circumstances. So watching this footage, clerk got some shots off, and then they found out he was about it. But that's the content news. Thank you for watching. I've been slow on videos, but I'm gonna make some more. Try to do it weekly. Finger guns. All right. Yeah, that's all. Bye bye.